The secret to the ultimate springy ramen noodle isn't the wheat. It is a harsh mineral wash that completely rewires the dough. From wheat to rice and root starch, we are ranking every major noodle to show you exactly how to match them to sources. By the end, you will know exactly how gluten bonds and starch shapes dictate the perfect sauce for every bowl. There is a specific reason why your homemade noodles never have that springy, restaurant-style bounce, and it all comes down to a mineral trick we will unpack soon. Later, we will look at the exact temperature control rinse that top Tokyo chefs use to stop noodles from turning into mush. Taste that springy chew? That shimmering golden ramen dough gets its signature yellow color and springy texture from a special alkaline mineral water called kansui. This mineral solution raises the pH of ramen noodles to a range of 10.5 to 11.2. When these alkaline minerals mix with wheat flour, the chemical introduction of kansui increases intermolecular disulfide bond formation, which polymerizes gluten during the cooking process. It is like buckling up thousands of tiny seatbelts inside the dough to keep it from falling apart. This creates a strong, stretchy network of proteins, known as gluten, that gives the noodles their famously bouncy chew. This explains why cheap instant noodles feel mushy, while high-quality ramen has a satisfying, bouncy bite. Noodle makers balance two different mineral salts to control this bite. One salt, potassium carbonate, acts on the protein to harden and toughen noodles. The other salt, a washing soda mineral called sodium carbonate, softens them and creates a chewier texture. It is like balancing a soft pillow with a stiff mattress to get the perfect bed. Understanding this balance helps you choose the perfect noodle texture for heavy, thick broths versus light, delicate soups. Liquid kansui contains more potassium carbonate than powdered kansui, due to potassium ions having a greater ionic radius than sodium ions. This subtle difference is why professional noodle makers swear by liquid ingredients over dry powders to get the ultimate firm bite. The most popular commercial mineral blend, known as Aka kansui, is formulated at a ratio of 60% potassium carbonate and 40% sodium carbonate. This ratio is the secret industry blueprint behind the exact texture of your favorite restaurant-style ramen. Professional cooking guidelines say you must boil ramen in a massive pot where the water-to-noodle volume ratio is at least 1:8. You need at least 4 liters of water containing 1.5% salt by weight. Cooking your noodles in too little water crowds them. They wind up coated in sticky starch instead of yielding clean, individual strands. Dusting raw wheat noodles with white flour helps keep them separate before they hit that boiling water, but they still need room to move. Thin, delicate Somen wheat noodles are rubbed with a thin layer of vegetable oil before stretching. This oil barrier keeps the paper-thin dough from tearing as it is pulled into impossibly thin threads. Stretching paper-thin Somen over wooden rods requires immense skill and gentle hands. The oil coat allows Somen to be stretched incredibly thin while maintaining a satisfying snap when served chilled. You get a firm, snapping bite despite the delicate, thread-like size. Thick and chewy udon noodles are made from a simple mix of wheat, salt, and water. You need a strong dough to stand up to heavy chewing. This dough is heavily kneaded to create a dense, soft bite that excels at soaking up savory broths. You will often see thick white udon in savory brown broth. This simple recipe yields a highly absorbent noodle, making it the absolute best choice for thick curries and rich soy sauces. To fine-tune noodle texture across thick wheat doughs, chefs use extra ingredients. Pure powdered wheat protein, or vital wheat gluten, makes noodles firmer and stretchier. Powdered egg whites also push the texture toward a firm bite. Meanwhile, tapioca or rice flour add a soft, springy chewiness. Adding these extra ingredients to your homemade noodles gives you complete control over whether they turn out soft and tender or incredibly firm and springy. Soba noodles are made by mixing earthy buckwheat flour with standard wheat flour and water. Because buckwheat has no gluten, wheat is added so the dough doesn't crumble when cut into thin strands. The lack of gluten means there is no natural stretchy network holding the flour together. You can picture a master chef cutting thin buckwheat soba with a giant flat knife. Knowing the buckwheat ratio helps you select authentic soba that delivers a nutty flavor and firm texture, rather than a bland, wheat-heavy imitation. The earthy notes require that vital wheat bridge. Without it, the noodles simply fall apart in a steaming pot of bubbling water. Traditional flat rice noodles are made purely from rice and water, with no extra starches added. They are cut to a wide, flat shape, approximately 1 centimeter across, to easily carry heavy stir-fry sauces. Pure rice noodles have a delicate texture that perfectly absorbs smoky wok flavors without getting gummy. The wide strips are designed to handle rich coatings. They easily absorb heavy sauces without losing integrity during a fast, high-heat cook. Subscribe, please. These completely see-through noodles contain zero flour, acting like pure flavor sponges in your bowl. Glass noodles get their completely clear look because they are made entirely from pure vegetable starches like mung bean, potato, or tapioca. When the starches absorb water and swell up when heated, they transform hard sticks into flexible, clear strands. Because they are pure starch, these noodles act like edible clear threads that soak up sauce like a sponge. They absorb incredibly high amounts of liquid and flavor from your sauces. Watch translucent glass noodles in a dark soy glaze take on every single drop of flavor they touch. The ultimate noodle hack for preserving texture happens after the boil, relying on strict temperature and chemical baths. If a batch of noodle dough's pH falls below 10.3, chefs can save it by giving the cut noodles a quick 60-second bath in a precise 0.2% kansui solution. You use 1.2 grams of kansui powder per 600 milliliters of water at 20 degrees Celsius. This rescue technique shows how sensitive noodle dough is to chemistry, allowing you to fix texture mistakes before cooking. To stop ramen from overcooking without causing the thermal shock that degrades starch granules, chefs plunge the hot noodles into a warm, lightly salted bath for 15 seconds. Using this warm rinse secret prevents your noodles from getting soggy while keeping their glossy, professional look. This 65 degrees Celsius saline bath contains 0.9% NaCl. Splashing hot, fresh noodles directly into a freezing cold water bath creates extreme damage caused by a rapid change in temperature. That is exactly why the warm 15-second plunge is so vital. When cooling ramen for cold dishes, you must avoid controlling the cooling rate to less than 12 degrees Celsius per second. After cooking them in water above 95 degrees Celsius to fully cook the starches, give them a quick 30-second cold water rinse strictly after full gelatinization occurs to lock in the texture. This precise rinsing step stops the cooking process instantly, ensuring the outside of the noodle remains firm rather than mushy. Here is the wild part. To keep noodles from getting slimy in soup without changing their taste, shops use a 0.5% sodium citrate bath after cooking. Tests across 17 noodle shops in Tokyo and Osaka proved this keeps the noodles perfectly clean and stable, even after sitting in hot broth for 90 minutes. This mild salt stops the natural chemical reactions that break down food over time. FDA BAM-compliant plate counts confirm that microbe levels stay less than or equal to 10 CFU/gram. This trick explains how premium noodle shops prevent their broth from turning muddy and thick during busy lunch rushes. If you want to master the sauces that coat these structural marvels, watch our guide on every classic sauce explained next. To build better food, respect the structural science of your ingredients, match the starch chemistry, and perfect your next bowl. If you liked this, every type of sushi explained, that's the next one.